Carl, welcome to this week's edition of the Dugout. We'll start off by talking about Liam Harris. His move to Hull FC completed now. Just talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, it was a difficult sort of a week. It was a battle, and you know, I've got to do what's best for our club, and I wasn't too easy to deal with, I think, because we needed to make sure we came away with it in good shape. You know, the hard part, if you take all the money and all the other extras that you try and get out of it, is, for me, it's difficult to stop a kid going and playing Super League. So that's the reality. If we had to do that, we probably would have. I would have done that. You know, but these things happen. If you know, we're dual reg with Hull. They look at DVDs and because their players are here. You'll see what happened at York. They got a kid from Saints. Saints obviously watch the DVDs. So does Hull KR. The Saints lad ended up going to Hull KR, and on the back of that, watching the obviously the back rower from York caught Saints eyes, and they've signed him for 3 years. You know, and he's gone with all the fans and everything's best wishes from York. So it happens. Surely we wouldn't. Nobody expects it. You know, you to say, "Oh, you got to stay loyal to play League One." You know, League One and Super League. It's a massive opportunity for Liam, and you know, I've spoke to him and explained if we had to go the other way, we would. And he says, you know, he would have accepted it. He might not have been happy with it because he's got his dream. So we'll see. You know, if everyone knows they've got a lot of injuries, and you know, Liam sort of said if he doesn't get in there when everyone comes back, he wants to come straight back. So the bigger picture is we need to sort of understand the bigger picture, and that's what goes on at the back end of the season. And we'll Richard now will actively look around. Whatever we've got from Hull, we'll go straight back into recruiting. So we should hopefully see, you know, if Richard gets anyone, we'll see the calibre he brings. No promises, but actively looking, and we'll see.
Like you said, Liam goes with our best wishes, and it just shows the potential both of players at this level and for the Dons as well. The fact that we're getting that exposure, players going from ourselves to a big Super League club like Hull FC, it shows that players at this level are now being spotted and talked about for a crack at the big time.
Well, without trying to get our fans up in the air, it gives the other players hope. You know, the other boys in the squad now should take note and know that they're on show. They've all got ambitions to play in Super League, and you know, if we can contribute to that, we're doing our job. And you know, really disappointed with the Hull paper. You know, coming out with a story, and I'll be honest on here and say that nearly squashed it, because I didn't want no to do with it after that. You know, and I was a bit harsh probably with James Clark at Hull, and said that's it, it's all off. You know, go and thank your papers for putting it off. That's how angry I was, and probably a little bit of an overreaction. I didn't let myself calm down a bit when I'd read it, and he'd got me just after, and as far as I was concerned, it was off. That was it, finished. You know, I didn't think we should be treated like that, and fair play to James for all it was worth. That we left it for a few hours, and he rang and says, "It wasn't us. You have a look. We haven't done anything. We haven't said," and we don't know where it's came from. But Hull KR this week, they like to get one over each other, and we don't know who leaked it, but it was a difficult time, and I chucked all my eggs out, and the teddies in the basket, and said to Hull, that's it, finish. You know, we're not doing it. I'm not going to be treated like that, and neither is our club going to be disrespected like that. But once we digested it, and I let you guys and Sean have a look, you assured me it hadn't come from Hull. So we continued the conversation, and like they say, I think that came out Tuesday, did it, or something like that? Well, this was only done very, very late last night, so you can make what you want of it.
Looking back then at the win against West Wales at the weekend, it was a long journey. In between the two long journeys there and back from Wales, we sandwiched in an 8-minute performance where we won by a comfortable margin in the end, and it was tough for the lads to put on a performance after such a long journey as well. They showed good character, particularly in the first half, to put some points on the board.
First and foremost, I was giving massive respect to the players. Unless you've sat on that bus with them for 5.5 hours, you'll never know what it was like. Yeah, they've racked up some scores against them, but that's been up here. I'll tell you now, I was on that bus and about 30-40 minutes out, I just hit the wall. You know, sitting there, it felt like I've been drinking for 10 hours. So you're on a bus for 5.5, sat there, and I actually said to myself, gee, I'm gone. I'm glad I'm not playing today. And for the players to step off the bus, get changed and play that game, and rack a score up of 70 points. And I went in the change room after the game, and this club's come a long way to say, if you know, to put 70 points on someone, you would have thought we lost. And it was tough for me to see, because we'd won by 70. You know, when everyone's having a go at us because they scored 60. Let's see what happens when other teams go there. You know, we were a little bit hard on them, I felt, on London. You know, we went to London and we won 42-16. And you see that London travelled to Bradford in 58-16. It puts it into perspective that that wasn't a bad result in London. And, you know, we copped a bit of flack there. We were off and we were poor. But when you look at that score there against the top boys in the league and ours, you know, I think we do our players a little bit of injustice sometimes, and we expect far too much from them. That there, West Wales finished the game. Walking back to the bus, I thought, we've got to do it all again. It was another 5.5 hours. I came into work on Monday, and no word of a lie, it felt like when I travelled back from New Zealand, it felt like a jet lag. I was all over the place. It was tough. So, and you've got to remember, these boys have to go and get up and go to work, and some of them are digging holes all day. It was dreadful, but you know, we did it. We did the job. You know, they were offered, and how I respect them, they were offered to go by myself the night before. I said, no, we'll go and do it on the day. So it was a tough old gig, I'll tell you now.
Hunslet up next this weekend, then a bit of an added incentive. Gary Thornton brings the team here for the first time since leaving the Dons a little over a year ago. Does that add to the incentive this weekend for both teams, really? Oh,
we've got to take that emotion away. Gary's been gone. He's good coaching at another club. You know, the only winner will probably be him if they get the win, because, you know, didn't leave on the best of circumstances. As far as I was concerned, it was all right, but you know, he was upset, and I get it. We speak regular. You know, he's a good fella. He's a top man. We speak regular about all sorts, and you know, it'd be good to see him. I'm sure the boys will have a bit of banter and all that sort of stuff. They're going all right. I'll tell you now, they're going all right. You know, I had a good look at the game against York, and arguably you could say they should have won that game. They gave York a good start, 24-0. Got back to finish the game 26-24. York only beat us by 2 points, beat York by 2 points. This game's a cracker. It's a tough one, and you can say, yeah, it's got a bit of added extras there with Gary, and but we don't need to. We just need to stay focused. You know, he thinks his team will be good on our big pitch. We think we're okay on this big pitch. So we'll see. It's a toss of the coin job, but don't kid yourselves where they are in the league. They're going all right. Any team in this league who can go to Oldham and win at Oldham, you've got to show them a massive amount of respect. So they've had some good wins already.
And obviously it's a Yorkshire derby with a lot riding on it. We're looking to cement our place in that top three and chase the teams above us. Hunslet, like you said, haven't given up on a top four spot yet, so they're still chasing that as well.
They are, and you know, everyone all the naysayers and all that will be ready for us if the worst happened. With you know, they've already got a reason why we lost now. So we need to make sure that we can fully focus and get the job done, because it's, you know what's coming if it doesn't. It's just how we are, but we get that. So I'm hoping that Rich has got them all ready and everything goes to plan and every bounce of the ball goes our way, and but it'll be a good game. You might as well come down and have a look, because it's be a tough game. They're all right. They're a decent side, man.
Sponsors for this weekend's game?
Yeah. RBS, Dave and Kelly, they're good sponsors of ours. They're on the shirts. So if anyone's wanting resin bonded drives or anything like that, get in touch with them. Adverts in the program, or get in touch with the club. We can put you in touch with them. They've been brilliant with us. Like the rest of ours who sponsor, they're all good, really good sponsors of ours, and they do everything they can for us, and they're loyal.